We've been working on two different plays. Our first one is Coffee, the dwarf Snow White never told you about. We've got three narrators, Allie, Brandon, and Jan. Snow White is played by AJ. The dwarfs, Happy. Where's Happy? There's Happy. Doc. Happy is Hope. Doc is Baz. Dopey. Where's Dopey? Mary Claire. Sneezy. Sneezy is Tyler. We have, who else? Let's see, Sleepy. That's Dragona. And Bashful. Where's Bashful? Tyler gets two of them. And this is all about the dwarf you never knew about. Oh, and we missed Grumpy. I'm sorry, we missed Grumpy. There she is. She's always like this. Go ahead, narrators.
Now you know how these stories go. See, there's this once upon a time part of the story that tells you when and where the story took place. Then there's this little ditty about some wonderfully beautiful princess or some incredible hunk of a prince who meet each other, are separated by some ragged old witch or wicked wizard with an attitude problem, and then by the end of the story are reunited to live happily ever after. You've heard one, you've heard them all, right? Think about it. Just how many beautiful princesses and handsome princes are there?
I mean, look at me. I'm good looking, handsome, bright, intelligent, and so incredibly smart. But do you see me putting on some green leotard skull prancing around some deep dark forest to look for some drop-dead gorgeous princess who wants to be rescued from an evil spell? Come on, let's get real. I sure got better things to do for my time. But anyway, on with the story, which is about this girl who just happens to find herself in the midst of a deep dark forest, having been put there by evil. What else?
She's obviously lost and alone and frightened and cold and all that other stuff when she just happens to come upon a small cottage in the middle of the woods. How convenient. So she walks and finds nobody's home and decides to pick up a broom and clean out the place, just like they do in all those other stories. Anyway, she's polishing the silver and scrubbing the floors when the real occupants of the house come home from work. They're small, teeny, short, undersized little men. That's right, you guessed it, the seven dwarfs.
Except in this story, there's another little dwarf who was left out of the original version. Of course, there's Dopey, and Sneezy, and Doc, and Sleepy, and Grumpy, and Happy, and Bashful. But this new dwarf, his name is Coffee. Why? Well, duh, it's probably because he coughs a lot. Anyway, on with the story.
My goodness, look at you all. How did you get to be so short?
Look, lady, just answer this. How did you get on house? And who invited you? Anyway.
Well, you see, the narrator says, okay, to just walk in here and start the story from this point.
Hey, don't look at me, guys. I just work here.
Yeah, well, just what makes you think you could just waltz in here anytime you like, clean out a house and become an important character in our story? Do you think you're some fancy young model who can do just anything she wants and get away with it? Well, I've got news for you, sister. This is the real deep dark forest, and we don't allow just any character to crawl into our house any old time she wishes, just so she can get a starry role in the story.
Yeah, just remember what happened to the Fancy Locks woman. You heard what she got for that breaking and entering episode in the Three Bears house on the other side of the forest, so you better just watch yourself, sister.
Yeah, so what's your story, Why? In fact, I bet your last name isn't even Why. I bet it's Ball, or Drift, or Storm, or something like that. White's just probably a made-up name you use in these stories. Isn't that right?
No, really, it's White. Snow White, you see. I was born one dark morning during the middle of the blinding snowstorm and my father couldn't...
Look, we've all heard that sad tale before, and believe me, we don't buy it for 1 second. Who do you think you're fooling?
Let's get back to the real issue here. How come you're in our house, washing our pots and pans and sweeping our floor? Maybe, just maybe, we happen to like being slobs. Did you ever think about that? What makes you think that just because there's garbage all over our cottage, dust and dirt everywhere, that you have the right to come in and clean it up? We happen to like living this way. I mean, look at all the little boys and girls in the audience. Aren't their rooms messy and dirty? Don't they have dirty clothes all over the bed and messy beds? Don't they like to live like slobs too? You're darn right they do. So what are you going to do? Visit each and every one of their homes and clean them up? Fat chance.
Yeah, Doc's right. We just have to like living like pigs. Is there any law against that?
And that certainly doesn't give you any right to come in here in the nice, in the middle, nice, lovely story and start all this dust floating around.
Hey guys, ease up. I was just trying to help. Besides, I thought it might be a nice way to get the story moving along. After all, the kids in the audience are pretty familiar with the original story, and I thought this would be a good way to get the new story off the ground. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the new story. I was supposed to tell them about your cousin Coffee.
Now see what you've got it done. You spent so much time on this supposedly great introduction to the story that we're all out of time for the rest of the story. Thanks a lot.
Well, as it were, Snow White was never able to tell the story about the 8 dwarfs of coffee. But just so you don't feel totally left out, Coffee was later sent to the castle, the one where the evil stepmother lived, to pick up his prescription for his cough.
He got a coughing attack just as the evil stepmother was walking by the drugstore, and he coughed all over her. The evil stepmother came down with a serious case of pneumonia and died a short time later. Coffee became a hero to all the townspeople and eventually had a statue erected in the center of town in his honor.
Some talent agency signed him to appear in a TV commercial for new cold medicine. He eventually wound up making a lot of money and retiring to a condo in Hawaii, which is why you never hear about him in the usual Snow White stories. The other dwarfs had to continue working in the diamond mine to try and earn a living. And Snow White, well, she just keeps going through the forest cleaning up all the cottages she can find.